University. Coach Kim Mulkey and her two student athletes, Kristy Wallace and Alexis Prince. Coach, do you want to make the opening statement? She declines the opening statement. We'll go straight to questions. If you'll put your hand up, get a microphone to you, and you can go from there. On the left, halfway back.
David Smokey, ESPN Central Texas. Kim, you were giving up 55 points a game, and they had 65 at the end of the third quarter. Could you ever have imagined that?
Well, very few times in 31 years of coaching, something like that, I can ever think of one player took her team on her shoulders and won 3 games. And Martin did that. She did it in every game here. And, you know, she just elevate over people and make shots. And kudos to that team because she really did. I've seen it one other time where one player just took her team to a championship. I think back, I'm not a zone coach, but I may have waited a little too late to go to a zone. I thought the zone disrupted their rhythm and her rhythm. And just looking at the stat sheet, guys, we had 4 people in double figures. But then after that, nobody scores for you. So some people need to do some soul searching on our bench when they go in a game. Is it the moment too big for you? Or can you put on your big girl panties and play in a game like this? And let me quickly tell you, this is but 3 games. And if I can be as happy being an opponent as I can for a guy and a school and a team, it would be Mike Carey. He's a hard-nosed man-to-man coach. I love how he coaches, and I'm happy for them. As disappointed as I am that we didn't win another tournament championship, I'm just happy for Mike and his team.
We have a question on the rear right side.
Vice Chairman, Kim, you know, only 15 turnovers, but it seemed like they came at crucial times. And then maybe just also the inability to get the rebound when you needed it. I mean, do you feel like those things were big?
Bryce, this game honestly was probably lost in the first 5 minutes. Part of our scouting report, when you play these guys, because they're on a roll right now, they're playing really well and they're scoring the ball, is you can only give them one opportunity to miss. And we didn't get rebounds. And if you look at the last quarter and a half for us, guys, we cut the game to 6 points being down, what were we, 20-something? Why didn't we play with that sense of urgency when the game started? If you play with that sense of urgency when the game started and you get every loose ball and you're productive the first 5 minutes of the game, you might not have lost.
Question in the middle right, and then we'll come to the front.
Jerry Hill, Baylor Insider. Kristy, how frustrating was that getting down 21, you know, against a team that you had beat twice during the regular season?
We just showed ourselves in the foot tonight, and as Coach said, it was less than the first 5 minutes.
We got a question on the front. Michelle, put your hand up there.
Coach Michelle Vogel from ESPN.com. You talked about having a lot of admiration for Mike Carey. I mean, he's been at it a long time. I think he came in 2001 at West Virginia, about a little after you did at Baylor. Can you just talk about why you admire his coaching style, and what do you think this means to him, his first conference style?
Mike and I just talk the same language. He's not petty. He's just wants to coach. He's not into who his best friends are. He just wants to go out and coach hard-nosed basketball, and I just enjoy visiting with him. I think he teaches man-to-man defense as good as anybody that I've ever coached against, and I just love that. I just love how he challenges his girls, and he coaches them just like he coached guys. You know, he's out there to help them win, and he doesn't mind getting on them. He doesn't mind challenging them, and they consequently play good for him.
In the middle front.
Alexis, you were on Time East, I think, from the start. How difficult a matchup is that, particularly when a player is on a roll like that? What was the scouting report as far as trying to defend her?
I mean, when a player hot, ain't really much you can do.
We got a question in the back.
Jerry Woodley, Lee College Sports Report. Coach, if you can, just talk about the last 4 minutes when the team made the run to cut it down to 6, and just couldn't find a way to get over the hump.
Well, you're fatigued at that point. You're leaving it all. Listen, I am excited, and I expected them to. Well, I better use a better word than fight. I expected them to play hard. That's all we know. They didn't just sit back and feel sorry for themselves. They tried to make it a ball game, but when you have to expend that much energy, sometimes you just can't make that one more shot or that one more free throw. But again, if you played that hard the first 5 minutes or even the first half, you might not have had to use that much energy late.
We got a question on the platform on the far right side. You won't be able to see it.
Troy Hine, KWTX News 10. Coach, how important now is the next week and a half where you have some time off before you guys have to play in terms of getting healthy and kind of getting over this and moving forward?
Well, there's 4 parts to a season. You know, the regular season is the most important thing. That's 18 basketball games. We're the Big 12 champs. We've been fortunate for I don't know how many years now to win the tournament on top of that. We didn't, though. And so that certainly doesn't outweigh what we did in the regular season. So that's the second half of your, or the second part of your season. The third part now will be the NCAA tournament. And hopefully we'll get a good seed and host at Baylor and go to a good regional where our fans can see us play. And you got to win 4 games now to get to the Final Four. So the first part of our non-conference is the first part, our 4 segments of your season.
We got a question in the back, and then we'll come up here to the meeting.
Coach, how positive was it to make 2 stops and then score the last 2 buckets going into the halftime in the locker room?
Well, I thought it was big. You cut it to single digits, and I talked about that at halftime. You know, that's a good thing. You cut it to single digits there, and you know, we did some good things through the course of the game when we were in desperate mode to do some good things. But you should not always have to wait for that. We've been blessed. 3 losses, we've not been in that situation much. So hopefully when we get a few days off and come back and prepare, we can look at this as a learning experience and challenge some kids that just flat out didn't help us today.
Kim, when you're a heavy favorite and they come out launching threes, and it wasn't all just the threes, but and they start making it up for them, did you feel like your team started to play a little uptight at all?
No, I think I wouldn't use uptight. Probably just like if you're out there, you know, it's like, whew, you know, when are they going to miss one? I think it's probably more of that than uptight. We never think we're going to lose a game, no matter how far we're down. But it can wear on you a little bit when you think, I guarded her pretty good. And she elevated, just made it in your face. And then when you did get her to miss, we give up an offensive rebound. Those kind of things, and it didn't happen for us today.
We have a question on the platform on the left side, then we'll come to the front.
Brian Sandler, Spectrum News. Coach, it's been 8 years since you entered the NCAA tournament coming off a loss. How might that change your message and any motivating tactics?
It won't. It won't at all.
Question on the front right.
Kristy, you guys did play, Coach was saying, with this very much intensity in the 4th quarter especially. What do you think it was that you guys didn't start off the game with that when you sort of reflect on it? Coach was saying you probably weren't tight, but what do you think it was that you didn't have that intensity from the beginning?
I mean, I know towards the end we never gave up, and I'm proud of my team for that, definitely. coming out off with a bang. I think they were ready. They played good, strong defense, and they had shots, and to credit to them, they played well.
Question in the middle front.
Kim, you played Natalie a lot of minutes, and I guess that was maybe with the zone and press. But she, just like she has in some other games, seemed like she was reluctant to pull the trigger.
Natalie is a freshman, and she's, through the course of the year, she's become more aggressive. She's looked to shoot it. Dakia played 15 minutes and was just turning down good shots. She would drive to the paint, and normally she makes those shots. She was, I thought, passive, so I knew we were going to go start pressing, and I just thought Natalie, being fresh, and we're going to drop back to a zone. Mike could play the top of the zone better than Dakia could, because Natalie is a natural 2 player, and Dakia is a 3.
Final question for Coach here on the front, or for the student athletes and the coach.
Coach, does it look like still with Alexis Jones, it's still just a day-by-day?
Yeah, she worked out today. She was on the floor with the ball and says her knee's feeling better. And I'm hoping that we've done the right thing by her and let her rest until the most important part, and that's the NCAA tournament. And I hope she can give us some valuable time during the tournament.
Okay, ladies, thank you very much. Congratulations on a good season and good luck in the NCAA.